Hi everybody, I'm Bree the Plant Lady coming to you with a long overdue, super quick, instant gratification garden cleanup video. I have been anxious to get the area around the greenhouse cleaned up, and today it's sunny and dry and not terribly cold. And though I'm supposed to be planting bulbs in the new garden next door, I decided I deserved some instant gratification too. So I'm just gonna real quick come through, cut all of the summer stuff down or rip it out of the ground depending, and kind of just get it cleaned up. I've decided I'm not gonna plant anything here because I'd like to have this space empty so that I can do planting later on, like in late February, early March. So I have so many of the other beds already filled. It's good to have some space that's going to be sort of on a different rotation. What a difference just a few minutes will make cleaning up a bed. This is an area that, especially this corner, I see from my kitchen window, and those dried lemongrass have been driving me crazy. Some people like that look, I don't. I ended up harvesting a ton of garlic that was left from last year. So all of those clumps were in here where the soil is nice and black. And I did that, I remember last year, doing that on purpose to help with animal control, which it worked. But the problem is the poppies and stuff grew up and I didn't harvest the garlic. I didn't see it, and it went dormant and all that grew back. And so all that was sort of a wasted harvest. So my point is, this is why concentrating garlic along edges is really a better idea, because you'll notice it and you'll actually harvest it. Whereas in the middle of the bed, it gets covered up by other things. Along this edge are all walking onions, which are quite delicious. And all this garlic, I'm gonna put some in these couple of bags of these big root pouch bags, because I recall having some deer issues last winter and spring. But most of this is going to get transplanted into another border in the garden that I've also been having a lot of deer browse in. And the garlic helps in a huge way, not only for deer and rabbits, but for in-ground animals like voles, which I have a huge population of. So the process for planting or transplanting garlic that's already growing, I mean, it's almost offensively easy, and there's really no excuse. Absolutely everyone should grow garlic. I think it's silly for anyone to have to buy garlic. What you grow at home will taste so much better. So I'm literally just gonna take these down into individual plants. You can see like that. No matter how big they are, it doesn't matter. And I'm just gonna kind of concentrate these again right along the front edge, because that's gonna be the most effective area for deterring animals, specifically deer. I don't really have to worry about voles getting into these bags, but I do have to worry about deer eating the foliage of other plants that I plan to put in here realistically probably late February. I'd like to do another round of broccoli, cauliflower, heading vegetables for the spring season. So for right now, I'm just gonna let these be essentially empty with just garlic edges. And I go around both of these bags and do just what I'm doing. Literally pulled them out of the ground, and now I'm just separating them. And each one of these will turn into an entire garlic bulb next spring. So I'll have tons of garlic to harvest from all over the yard. But even just for a person who's casually growing, you know, one of these grow bags, you could get enough garlic to last half the year if you just planted it entirely. So no excuse to not grow garlic, and no, it's not too late to plant it. I usually say you have between Labor Day and New Year's to get your garlic planted. We're in the middle of December. We're at a time that it's perfectly fine to be planting garlic, both from bulbs, but also if you're like me and you have big clumps of garlic that you forgot to harvest last year, this is the time to get it transplanted. the last thing I'm gonna do in this bed is just sprinkle some poppies and some cilantro. And that's basically just here in this open space and kind of around this bend. And this process, just like always, is super easy. You're literally just scattering the seed. You're just tossing the seed out, and that's it. The bed is done once you've tossed your poppy seeds in. And that's, you know, I want to have poppies in the bed. Where the poppies like to grow is in the undisturbed soil bed adjacent. So I'm just doing this to make sure that I actually get some color in the bed proper. And the cilantro is really great because it also doesn't really need to be put into the soil. It'll germinate in place. And that also has really smelly foliage, which helps deter the animals. Remember, poppies, Papaver somniferum, specifically what I just sowed, but all poppies in general have a latex, the white stuff, like in their leaves. It's like this gooey sap that's very bitter. And it's actually, I'm not going to say that it's totally poisonous, but animals don't like it. So poppies and larkspur both are really good for helping deter browsing animals like deer and rabbits. So it's just another reason to go ahead and grow them. They're beautiful, they're practical, they're really easy. So the bed is cleaned, it is now seeded, and I am done. I love a great instant gratification session in the garden. I literally have spent less than 15 minutes out here. So I hope you'll be inspired by this video to get outside, clean a little area, scatter some seeds, and enjoy it in the spring. Thanks so much for watching, everybody.